You'll earn $1.7 million in your lifetime, so why do most people retire with less than $100,000? The answer isn't income, it's spending habits, investing mistakes, and one silent wealth killer most people ignore.
All right, let's talk about money. But forget all the complicated jargon for a second. Today, we're going to reframe the whole idea of building wealth using something we all understand, a fitness plan. We'll get into your financial diet, how you can build real financial muscle, and even the supplements that can legally speed up your growth. Let's jump in.
So, over a typical career, the average person in America is going to earn about $1.7 million. Just let that number sink in for a moment. That is a massive amount of potential. It's the raw material that pretty much everyone has to work with to build a secure future. So if that's the starting point, where do most of us actually end up?
Well, the reality is a bit of a shock. The median retirement savings, and that's for people who have anything saved at all, is just $87,000. And this is what's so staggering. You see this huge $1.7 million opportunity that somehow, over a lifetime, shrinks to less than 90 grand. This isn't just a small miss. It's a massive breakdown between what we earn and what we actually keep.
Now look, this huge gap, it's not about being unlucky. It's the direct result of having a bad plan, or more often than not, having no plan whatsoever. It's all about those small, quiet habits that work against you day after day for decades. So the real question isn't about luck, it's about the plan you're following.
And that leads us to the very first part of our financial fitness plan, the diet. Think about it. You can't out-exercise a bad diet at the gym, right? It's the same with money. Your financial health starts with controlling what goes out, not just focusing on what comes in. This is the foundation for everything, and I mean everything else.
The absolute bedrock of this financial diet is one simple, game-changing rule. Pay yourself first. See, most people get their paycheck, pay their rent, their car payment, all their subscriptions, and then they hope there's something left over to save. People who build wealth do the exact opposite. For them, saving is the most important bill. The second that money hits their account, at least 10% gets moved to savings automatically. It happens before anything else gets paid. It's totally non-negotiable.
But even the best diet has a weakness, a saboteur. For your finances, it's called lifestyle inflation. And the best way to think about it is like an unmanaged caloric surplus. Every time you get a raise or a bonus, your spending quietly rises to meet it. A slightly nicer car, a bigger apartment, more expensive dinners out. It feels totally normal because, hey, you can afford it. But what you're really doing is the financial equivalent of eating back every single calorie you just burned at the gym.
And this is exactly what it looks like in the real world. You're on a treadmill. Sure, your income goes up, which feels great, but your spending keeps pace. So that little gap between what you make and what you spend never gets any wider. You're running faster and faster, but financially, you are staying in the exact same place. You can be living paycheck to paycheck on 50 grand or on 100 grand. The numbers change, but the feeling doesn't. Okay, so controlling your spending, that's your financial diet. It's all defense. But you don't get fit by only playing defense, right? You've got to build some muscle. And that means making a huge shift from just saving money to actively growing your money. We're talking about investing.
Which brings us to this pretty bold statement. Now, hold on, this isn't an insult. It's not calling people who save losers personally. It's making a cold, hard financial point. People who only save their cash are, in fact, losing. They are losing their purchasing power year after year. But why?
The reason is one silent killer: inflation. The best analogy is to think of it as financial muscle atrophy. If you don't use your muscles, they get weaker over time. Well, it's the same with your money. Cash that's just sitting in a regular savings account is constantly being eaten away by inflation. $1 today will buy you less stuff next year and even less the year after that. Your money is literally losing its strength. So this is the crucial takeaway here. There is a hard limit, a ceiling, on how much you can save from your income. You can only cut back your expenses so far. But earning more, and way more importantly, investing your money in things that grow, like the stock market or real estate, that has no ceiling. There's no limit. This is the big mindset shift from defense to offense. You know, every serious athlete knows that to maximize your results, you might use supplements. And in our financial fitness plan, we've got those too. But these aren't pills or powders. They are powerful, totally legal tools designed to accelerate your financial muscle growth. We're talking about tax advantage accounts. Now, what's so great about this slide is that these are not some secret loopholes for the rich. Not at all. These are tools the government actually provides to encourage everyone to save and invest. A 401k lets you invest before taxes are taken out, which lowers your tax bill today. A Roth IRA is the opposite. You invest after tax money, but then all that growth and all your withdrawals in retirement are 100% tax-free. And the HSA is just incredible, a triple threat: tax-free contributions, tax-free growth, and tax-free withdrawals for medical costs. Using these is just playing the game smarter.
So we've covered your diet, and we've covered building muscle. But the final, and honestly the most critical element in any fitness plan, is consistency over time. In finance, this is called compounding, and waiting to get started is the single most expensive mistake you can ever make. Just look at this chart. It's so powerful. You've got two people, person A and person B. They invest the exact same amount of money every year, $5,000. The only difference between them is when they start. Person A starts at 25, and by age 65, they have almost $1.3 million. Person B waits just 10 years, that's it, and starts at 35. They end up with just over $500,000. Same money, same effort, wildly different results.
Let's just put a price tag on that difference. A 10-year delay costs you $729,000. That is not a typo. That is the cost of procrastination. That's a house. That's a comfortable retirement. Just gone. Time is your single most powerful asset, and every day you wait, you're just giving it away.
So where do you start? How do you actually do this? It all boils down to two simple, powerful habits. Number one, automate your savings. Just set it and forget it. Have the money move to your investment account the day you get paid, before you can even touch it. No willpower needed. And second, track your net worth, just once a month. This turns it from a chore into a game, and when you see that number start to climb, it gets addictive in the best possible way.
You know, when you really get down to it, all of this comes down to one simple truth. You don't need a PhD in economics to build wealth, just like you don't need a biology degree to get in shape. You just need to make a decision. A decision to do things differently than the normal habits that lead to that $87,000 outcome. So the final question is pretty simple. Have you made your decision yet?
Start building real wealth today. Follow for personal finance, investing tips, and passive income strategies.